Let me start with something most people don't want to say out loud. You can do everything right for Lyme disease, the protocols, the detox, the herbs, the medications, the diet, and still not heal. It's not because your body's broken. It's because your nervous system is overwhelmed, your subconscious programming is working against you, and your brain and body are operating in two completely different realities. If you don't address the emotional frequency, subconscious patterns, and brain-body connection, healing becomes like trying to drive while the parking brake is on. And that's exactly what the Lyme Reprogram Method releases. My name is Dr. Christine Arsenault, also known as Tina. I'm a pharmacist, functional medicine practitioner, mind-body healer, and I healed from chronic Lyme disease myself because I realized how powerful my subconscious mind is. I've now helped countless clients do what I believed was once impossible: shift their frequency, retrain their mind, reprogram their subconscious, and finally experience real healing momentum. And today I'm going to show you how the Lyme Reprogram Method works and why it transforms people who have been stuck for years. So most people with chronic Lyme spend 90% of their time on the physical body: protocols, supplements, detox strategies. But healing is not just biochemical. It's electrical, emotional, neurological, energetic, subconscious. If the nervous system is in fight or flight, if the subconscious doesn't feel safe healing, if the heart and brain are out of coherence, the body simply cannot heal, no matter how good the protocol is. So the Lyme Reprogram Method is built on a simple principle. You can't heal a dysregulated body with a dysregulated mind. So let's start with the emotional layer, because this is where 90% of chronic illness blocks begin. Emotions aren't just feelings, they're frequencies, measurable vibrations that affect the entire immune and nervous system. When emotions are repressed, especially for empaths, the body contracts, blood flow decreases, oxygen drops, inflammation spikes. That physical contraction literally creates symptoms: pain, neuro issues, fatigue, immune dysregulation. We try to heal on a biochemical level while an emotional frequency is pulling us backward. It's like trying to grow a garden on soil filled with landmines. We have to clear the emotional field first. When emotions get stuck, the heart and the brain fall out of coherence. Your heart sends more signals to your brain than the other way around. And when the heart is in a stress rhythm, the brain shifts into survival mode. Heart-brain coherence isn't just about feeling calm. It's a measurable physiological state where your heart rhythm, nervous system, and brain waves shift into a synchronized, harmonious pattern. When the heart enters into a smooth, steady rhythm through things like gratitude and compassion, it sends a different type of signal up the vagus nerve to the brain, one that says, we are safe, we can heal, turn everything back on. And the brain shifts into this more ordered pattern, and we can focus on immune function, digestive, pain levels, and our higher intuition as well. So your systems are no longer fighting each other, they're working together. So imagine a full orchestra warming up before a concert. Everyone is playing, but nobody's playing together. The violins are screeching scales, the horns are blasting notes, the percussion is banging. It's noise, not music. That's what your body feels like when the heart and the brain are out of coherence. All the systems are playing, but not in harmony. Now imagine the conductor walks onto the podium. With one small gesture, every musician comes into alignment. The same instruments, the same players suddenly create a beautiful, coordinated symphony. That's heart-brain coherence. Your body isn't suddenly different, it's just finally working together. And healing becomes the music your system can finally play. One of the most powerful tools in this step is wisdom center technology. It's a technique that I use that is unique because you don't have to relive trauma. You don't need to remember it. You don't need to talk about it for hours. You simply release the frequency of the trauma from the subconscious. Clients describe it like dropping pounds of invisible emotional weight. This step alone has brought clients out of fight or flight for the first time in years. Now we move to the conscious mind. So your daily thoughts, your mindset, your perception of life. You think tens of thousands of thoughts a day, and every one is a frequency broadcast. Supportive thoughts promote healing. Fearful or self-critical thoughts create internal inflammation. And the important part is brain retraining is not about forcing positivity. Toxic positivity doesn't work. You can't simply say everything is great when your subconscious doesn't agree. The conscious mind cannot overpower the subconscious, but it can influence it. So in the Lyme Reprogram Method, I use positive intelligence coaching to interrupt sabotaging thought loops, build new neural pathways, strengthen the sage part of your brain, and create believable, emotionally aligned thoughts that your subconscious can actually accept. And this is what makes the conscious mind a partner in healing instead of a critic. And now we reach the most important layer, the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind controls at least 90% of your beliefs, habits, reactions, identity, immune responses, your sense of safety. Its job is to keep you alive. So it holds on to what is familiar, even if the familiar pattern is illness. And this is why healing can sometimes feel like pushing a boulder up a hill. So the subconscious records everything, but it only integrates what matches it. So it can reject some things. So if you're saying I am healthy and your subconscious feels unhealthy, unsafe, or overwhelmed, it's not going to integrate the affirmation. That mismatch, the emotional incoherence, is what blocks the change. This is why affirmations can frustrate people. It's not the words that matter, it's the frequency behind them. That's why I'm bringing in frequency medicine as well. It fits into all of these steps because your emotions, thoughts, and subconscious programs all operate through frequencies. Our emotions, thoughts, subconscious patterns all have vibrational signatures. When those frequencies are chaotic or dysregulated, which happens with chronic illness, the body stays stuck in survival mode. As we process emotions, retrain the conscious mind, reprogram the subconscious, we're essentially changing your internal frequency. And these frequency broadcasts help stabilize these new patterns. Think of them as giving your body a tuning fork, reminder of what harmony feels like. So the changes we create integrate more quickly and hold more firmly. So frequency medicine is the amplifier that helps every part of the method work faster, deeper, and with less resistance from the body. So through the Wisdom Center technique for subconscious mind reprogramming, we access the subconscious through a natural brainwave state, release emotional blocks without reliving trauma, neutralize old frequencies, install new supportive beliefs, align your identity with healing. And there was a study in American Health magazine that compared different therapeutic methods and their recovery rates. And so psychoanalysis or talk therapy required 600 sessions to get a 38% improvement, where hypnotherapy only needed 6 sessions to have a 93% recovery rate. The hypnotherapy works on your subconscious mind. So instead of 600 sessions, which if you go once a week would take about 12 years, compare that to 6 sessions. Not 6 years, not 12 years, but 6 sessions. This can be done in weeks, not years. When you look at those numbers, it becomes very clear why subconscious work is such a game changer. Reprogramming the subconscious mind isn't magic. It's simply the most direct doorway into the part of your mind that's already running the show. That's why change happens faster. That's why it feels easier. And that's why people tell me, I wish I had found this work years ago. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just trying to heal through the 10% of the mind instead of the 90%. So let's bring this all together. The Lyme Reprogram Method is powerful because it doesn't rely on just one level of healing. It doesn't just address the body. It doesn't just address the mindset or the subconscious mind. It aligns all three: your emotions, your conscious thoughts, and your subconscious programming. And then supports your body as well with frequency medicine so that everything integrates and holds. When those pieces finally work together instead of against each other, that's when healing accelerates. That's when symptoms begin to shift. That's when the body stops living in survival mode and starts living in coherence. And that is why this method changes lives. Not just health, but relationships, confidence, habits, stress patterns, and the way that you show up in the world. This is the work that most people never receive. And that's why it feels so different, and that's why the results are so profound. If this is resonating with you, if you've tried everything and you still are feeling stuck, if you want healing to feel faster and easier, the next step is to join me inside Lyme Reprogram. This is where we take everything I share today and apply it directly to your brain, your emotions, your subconscious patterns, and your healing journey. Your body is not broken. Your system just needs a reboot, and this is the path to do that. If you feel called to this work, click the link below or comment reprogram, and we'll connect.